Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the LPTV Disney Morning Show with Kyle and Doobie. I am the Doobie of that duo, co-founder here at Laughing Place. Over there is our managing editor, Kyle Burbank. How you been, Kyle? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Missed a few days, went to a wedding, which I will criticize my aunt forever, making it correspond with Destination D23, but the wedding went off successfully.
We got to go to the Mall of America, which is something that's still on my list of things that I really want to do. So
really, I'm shocked. I loved the Mall of America. We went back to it a second day just because we enjoyed it so much. We wanted to go see it again, and there's not a whole lot else to do in Minnesota, so it was great.
You go to Paisley Park.
We actually did not look into anything. I know there's a lot to do in Minnesota, but we liked the mall. We went back.
Yeah, go to Minneapolis or St. Paul.
I did want to, because there's like a bridge that separates them, I think, like a river or something and a bridge. I kind of wanted to do that, but the only thing we did do is we went and looked at, I love to see stadiums in person, so we just drove by both the baseball and the football stadium, which their football stadium's crazy cool. So I'm glad we did that. And the Mall of America, no one cares. There's a lot of Disney stuff going on. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. As always, we appreciate you being here if you're watching us live. So howdy, Gio. Nice to see you. And Charles Johnson, good to see you. Tony Betty, did their Suncoast Motion Picture Company close too at that mall? I did not see a Suncoast Motion Picture Company. I did see a GameStop sub pop culture. They're like different types of GameStops now. And it's cool. The mall is so huge that a lot of stores were in there twice. So I found both Bath and Body Works.
Which one was better?
I did not actually step foot in either one. But
they had a 3-wick candle sale.
I walked by close enough to see the sale. I'm not a candle guy. I'm a shower gel guy and a lotion guy. No one cares. Again, so let's get started with something people probably do care about, and that is... All right, Kai, we've got some breaking news we're going to get to in just a moment, which probably affects the stock price. So how do you think it's looking?
I have no idea which direction.
That's a good point. So how's it looking here within, let's give you, it's probably been a while since you've looked at the price, so let's give you a big buffer here. Within 63 cents, what is the current price of Disney stock?
I'll just say 81 flat because I don't know.
81 flat. It is actually 82.95. You're not even close.
No.
Wrong, but happy to be wrong. The stock is climbing a bit, and as I said, we've got breaking news, which probably, looking at the graph today, certainly had a positive effect on the stock price. So right after Ethan, we'll get to that.
Hey everyone, welcome to another week of the LP Disney Weather Report. Desert loving in your eyes all the way. If I listened to your lies, would you say, I'm a man without conviction? I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. You come and go, you come and go. Karma, 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 chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. Loving would be easy if your colors were like my dreams. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will have a non-zero chance or rain this morning, but otherwise will be toasty with a high of 89 and mostly cloudy skies. Walt Disney World is expecting a heat index high of 100 followed by isolated to scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. There's also a marginal chance for severe wind gusts with these storms, so remain weather aware. Castaway Cay will also feel like 100 today with partly cloudy skies. Disneyland Paris is sunny and 80 degrees now. However, some clouds will roll in as night falls. Later, they'll see a low of 70 before midnight. Tokyo will be mostly cloudy tomorrow and reach a high of 86 with very low rain chances. Shanghai will start the day with isolated thunderstorms that will only grow more widespread through the morning and into the afternoon. They should taper off before evening though, leaving cloudy skies and a high of 85. Lastly, it's a similar story in Hong Kong as storms will stick around until about 5 p.m. Through it all, their high will be around 84. That's all for another LP Disney weather report, but tune in later for what is sure to be a massive Disney Parks talk live at 4 p.m. Pacific. Bye for now.
This just in 10 minutes ago. It's over. It's over. The nightmare is over. Disney and Charter Communications.
Just in time for Monday Night Football. That's the real reason.
that was the deadline they were working against and making sure they got it done before then. Disney and Charter Communications announced transformative agreement for distribution of Disney's linear networks and direct-to-consumer services. This was written for the business people, not the public. You use words like that. So, Kyle, what is the gist of this? First of all, what the heck is this?
Well, the good news is, yes, they'll have Monday Night Football. By the way, Happy Victory Monday, by the way, Doobie.
Don't get me started there. We'll never stop.
So I don't know what all of it means, but I thought that this was probably the most interesting part, is that in the coming months, the Disney Plus basic ad-supported offering will be provided. I think provided is interesting to me. That sounds like it is included with the package to customers who purchase the TV Select packages. And again, I don't know where that falls on Spectrum's tier, as well as ESPN Plus being offered in the TV Select Plus. And then ESPN, when they do create that standalone app that's full-blown ESPN, that will be made available to subscribers as well. So basically sounds like they're dropping a bunch of linear networks from Charter in exchange for them carrying their direct to consumer via cable offerings. That's my impression of it. I wish our CEO was available to come explain this to us, because we're stupid. But yeah, that's kind of what I got.
We may be stupid, but we can read a press release.
We can read a press release. Doesn't mean we comprehend a press release.
I think we can comprehend what this says. We just don't know necessarily what it means. But what it says is, Disney Plus, as supported, will become a part of the Select package, which should do wonders for the subscription numbers, which is nice.
You would think. I imagine they're going to have to break those out.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out.
And we don't know what the ARPU of that is, but because it's ad supported, then it's almost kind of fits perfectly into their strategy. Because, as we talked about before, Wall Street, for a long time, when these things started coming up, they cared only about subscriber numbers. That's what they freaked out about. They're like, yeah. And then they're like, oh no, you need to actually make money. And so this is a way, as they've learned with the ad tier, that they can make money on the advertising even more than people who pay a higher premium to have no ads. So this should be a pretty decent ARPU, even if they're not getting the subscription money.
That is a great point. And so they mentioned that 19 networks are included in this deal, as well as the ABC-owned television stations, Disney Channel, FX, Nat Geo, all the major ones, all of ESPN. But an interesting thing here, and to read it like it says, networks that will no longer be included in Spectrum TV video packages: Baby TV, Disney Junior, Disney XD Freeform, FX Movies, FXX, Nat Geo Wild, Nat Geo Mundo. So, some of those are more minor networks, but Freeform, Disney Junior, those are, D-tier networks.
Well, I'd say Freeform is probably the biggest one of them, because if you look at it, like Disney Junior is an offshoot of Disney Channel. XD is also FXM, and FXX are both offshoots of FX. But Freeform is the one that's its only thing. It's not Freeform 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Right. You're not going to find it. If they start repeating those Freeform shows on Disney Channel, you're just not going to get those shows. So, like I said, that it says they're not included. It doesn't say it's not included in the basic package or something. It simply says it's not included at all. So if that means what it says, that is, some Spectrum customers are going to be losing some channels that they're used to getting. And then, as Tony points out at the bottom of this press release, to preserve all these valuable business models, the parties have also renewed their commitment to lead the industry in mitigating the effects of unauthorized password sharing.
Yeah, that's something Iger brought up in the last meeting and said that they're going to be rolling out something next year for that. So,
Arnie Expert asked a question. There was a deal for Hulu plus Live TV for $49.99 to attract Spectrum customers during the outage. Will this offer still be valid until October 11th, like the original offer terms? They don't mention
it was offered to everyone. It didn't have to be Spectrum customers. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I was going to check on that, but I didn't think they'd update the site right away. I imagine they'll still offer that.
Especially if they gave a date through October 11th. I can't imagine they're not going to honor that through October 11th. Speaking of sites not being updated yet, this is the Spectrum website now. attention, Spectrum TV customers. Spectrum
We
is
still hate them.
down while protecting you. Ongoing negotiating with Disney. So get that website updated, Spectrum. The negotiations are over and you can be friends now. Disney Junior probably replaced by YouTube options. There's a lot of that on YouTube. I agree, but it's been a while since I've been watching Disney Junior. It was certainly a major channel when our child was in that age range. Maybe things have changed, but like you said, freeform.
I actually did some subscription shuffling this weekend. So I've had Beck and I each had our own Spotify for a long time because we wanted to have our own everything, and also our included Hulu. So we had ad-supported Hulu through Spotify still, but we finally decided it's time to get the duo plan so we can still each have our own algorithms, but pay a few dollars less. And then as part of that, because they're going to be raising the price and we just cannot deal with ad-supported Disney Plus, we got the Hulu and Disney Plus bundle. So now we have ad-free Hulu, and I feel like a king. I watched Family Guy without ads. It was actually weird. I'm like, wait, what is happening?
Yeah, ads are hard. I mean, I understand saving a few bucks. Believe me, I understand saving a few bucks. But I will eat the 69-cent burritos before I watch ads every time I want to watch a Shark Tank.
Well, I've heard that with Disney Plus, like the movies even get interrupted by ads in the middle of it. Like that's ridiculous. Like at least the ones I've done, like Peacock and Paramount Plus, I think just maybe not Paramount Plus, but definitely Peacock. They give you like a front-loaded thing and then let you watch the whole thing.
And I hope they do them well because like sometimes I'll be watching Amazon Prime and they'll have a movie that is free with ads. And it's just like 10-minute mark, there's an ad. It could be mid-word in the most important scene. And they're just going to chop it right there and start an ad. Anyway, that's what's going on in that breaking news. And believe it or not, we have even more important breaking news.
Is that baby TV was a thing? Because I also did not know.
I like cake. And so this disappoints me. The cake shop, the cake bake shop coming to Boardwalk, set to open early next year. It was originally going to be opening this year, late 2023. Now it's been moved to early next year. And as a lover of cake, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. They went through all the trouble of rebranding the bakery to be a deli, and that happened right away. And we're still waiting on the reason why.
So this past Friday through Sunday was Destination D23. I was in Minnesota. I was otherwise preoccupied with family and wedding and love and all that wonderful stuff. But it seemed like a big deal. The Twitters and the Slacks were just flipping and flopping all over the place. So Kyle, I know you were on
have
top
old
of
George flopping and twitching.
I know you're on top of everything. I will tell everyone we are not this morning going to go through all the theme park stuff. We are going to be covering that during Disney Parks Talk Live starting at 4 p.m. today. We'll have Jeremiah with us with that Destination D23, and there is a ton of that to go through, maybe even to unpack, as some hipper people would say. And we're going to do a lot of that going through later on this afternoon. So we're going to just touch a tiny bit on the theme park stuff. We are going to go through the other non-theme park stuff. But if you want to get deep into the theme park stuff, join us at 4 p.m. Pacific, and we are definitely going to be doing that. So let us get through just some theme park highlights real quick, and then we'll get to the other Destination D23 stuff. So what were the huge highlights coming out of Saturday?
Well, I don't know how to rank them, but I will say I think the biggest surprise is that there's going to be a Test Track 3.0. Once again, Chevy is involved, and they're going to be looking back to World of Motion as their inspiration. So that was kind of out of left field. Did not see that one coming.
Yeah, did not.
Another one that both Luke and I missed. We didn't miss it, but they didn't do a great job of explaining. They said there was a new. Okay, so if you were imagine you're listening to this live stream, listening for news, and they say, you know what, Zootopia, we're going to have a new Tree of Life show. Would you think projection show? Would you just think it's one of the Tree of Life Awakenings, or would you immediately know, oh, they're replacing Tough to Be a Bug with a full blown show?
Yeah, there's no way I would assume that. No way.
Yeah, so the only giveaway was that he said something about an animatronic, and I was like, did he misspeak? Are they going to be using like footage of an animatronic on the projection show? And then, yeah, it wasn't until we actually looked at the concept art, we're like, oh, that's what's happening here. So yeah, they're replacing a Tough to Be a Bug with Zootopia. Zootopia show. Country Bears is getting updated with Disney songs. That's a big deal. And then probably DAC is the next big thing where, they kind of talked about potential for a couple different areas. And then at Dinoland, they mentioned, I forget which properties they mentioned then, but this time it sounds like now this concept Dinoland will be replaced with an area themed to tropical Americas. So like South America and into Central. And then they teased potential properties for that, which were Encanto and Indiana Jones. So they still say that those are being considered, but it sounds like the overall project is more of a go. They were a little less vague, yet still very vague.
Yeah, that was the confusing one to me. This is a go, but we're not sure what exactly is a go, or it's not a go yet, or it's a go with all of it. So
because I think before there was something about Moana there. I can't keep track of what was what was where. But yes, it sounds like it's getting firmer. Dinoland will be replaced with this, he's like, we have in Asia, we have in Africa. So we're thinking this tropical Americas. And anyone who knows anything about dinosaur knows that it's the same vehicle and track as Indiana Jones. So doing an Indiana Jones attraction there would be pretty easy.
Sense. Then they certainly gave us some actual dates on things for stuff like the Hatbox Ghost. Got a preview of the
which they also justified the placement of the Hatbox Ghost, which was basically what I thought they'd say is like, oh yeah, he's not a happy haunt, he's an unhappy haunt. He doesn't need your sympathetic vibrations. He's a gunslinger, shows up where he wants.
Tony helping us out. The hypothetical at the expo last year was Moana and Zootopia, so they moved to Encanto and
Encanto and Coco was Beyond Big Thunder, which they didn't give us any updates on that other to say that it's the biggest expansion of Magic Kingdom they've done, and that it's like on the scale of Galaxy's Edge.
Figment has made his debut. Did they give anything for Disneyland?
Disneyland Resort, yes. And also I think there was something for Disneyland, but I don't remember what now. But I
know Star Tours.
Yes, exactly. Ahsoka is coming to Star Tours next year at the Domestics and Disneyland Paris. They did give an update on the King Thanos Avengers attraction. They showed off the ride vehicle concept art and stuff like that. So not a big update, but it's still happening apparently. So that's always encouraging.
And most importantly, the next Disney cruise ship, not the next in the Disney Treasure line, but the one that they purchased done, right?
Can I tell you how annoying this is for like our guides and stuff? Because like we have things that talk about the 6th and 7th ship, and now it's 6th and 8th. The 7th is kind of snuck in there. And then also in the press release for the adventure, they refer to it as Disney's newest ship. And I'm like, so are we not allowed to call the Treasure the newest ship for the next 6 months? Like, or more than 6 months? It's a year until it actually... More than a year until it actually gets here. So Disney's penultimately newest ship.
It is a little, I can. It's nice of them to announce the name, but to call it Disney's next ship, I'm surprised they're giving it. Considering did they say it's for the Asian market? I think we all.
Yeah, they said its home port will be in Singapore for at least 5 years, and will sail to other parts of Southeast Asia.
Considering that, and considering it's not a ground up Disney ship, and it's not a part of the current, I'm surprised they bothered to give it hardly any pub at this event at all. But
I think it's weird that they made such a big deal about how the Disney Treasure is adventure themed, and then they named the next ship the Disney Adventure.
So I was so confused until I realized they were talking about that ship and not. I thought the announcement was for the 7th ship in the main fleet, and they really should put this in the Touchstone fleet. Make this. All right, as Rebecca said in the chat, we are going to be talking about this endlessly this afternoon, 4 p.m. Pacific. So let's get on to other Destination D23 announcements. I think the biggest one of which is Disney D23 Expo is no more. It's done. It's finished, right, Kyle?
Yes. Well, so here's the thing. They're expanding it, and it's not just an expo. So now, so what they promoted was D23, the ultimate Disney fan event, but part of it's going to be at the convention center. So it wouldn't surprise me if that part is still called the expo, but they're just announcing the idea that it's beyond that. They're going to have activations at other parts of the city, including nightly events at the Honda Center. So if you can't get a seat to that, so the idea is hopefully you won't have to spend your night waiting in line for the next day's ballroom panel. You'll get to go see it at the Honda Center. Now, I don't know how the heck you're going to get from the convention center to the Honda Center, but
I'm sure they will have shuttle transportation available,
and I'm sure it'll be efficient.
We don't know that. Don't go there. We've got to. So what we've got so far announced for the giant fan event is the Sunday preceding August 4th. There's going to be D23 Day at Angel Stadium, which I love that idea for an Angel Mets game. On Thursday, August 8th, there's going to be a kickoff celebration at the Disneyland Resort. And then 9th through 11th, Friday through Sunday, will be the main, what we have traditionally called the D23 Expo, 1 month earlier than it was last year in August. And then with events, major events, it says extending into the evening at the Honda Center, which should allow everyone to attend these things, which has been the big gripe is people can't go to the events. They buy this thing, then they get shut out of the biggest event. So hopefully this takes care of that. So
I think it's interesting. People talked about, oh, we're going to the ballpark for the team we don't own anymore, and then we're going to go to the hockey rink where we don't own that team anymore. And
and they did actually announce special D23 hotel packages for many of the hotels in the area. And I will say, as soon as this event got announced, we went and booked a hotel. Just let's get a reservation done just in case. And then once they announced their packages, we went through the D23 website to rebook because our hotel was on there, and it actually was a lot cheaper. So definitely check out those hotel packages.
Yeah, they were clearly holding back rooms because maybe I was curious about some dates before the night before this was announced, and was like, Hyatt House is $900 and the Hilton is sold out. That's weird.
So yay. That's the D23 fan event. First, we had to learn to say Destination D23. Now we have to learn to say D23 fan event. Really
the ultimate Disney fan event.
It's not the expo.
It's just D23. It's just the thing.
All right. So, by the way, we did do an article that kind of not broke down is the wrong word, assembled what we think is every announcement made at this Destination D23. I put a link to that a little bit earlier in the chat.
Over a certain bar, at least.
Yes, over a certain bar. I'm sure definitionally you got to draw the line somewhere. Let's see. They got to see Asha. Is that how she found the name? Asha?
Tony?
From Disney Wish. She's going to be coming to the parks later when Disney Wish comes out, but they got to see her at the expo, which I think is pretty cool.
During the studio panel, they announced her that she was coming at the parks panel, and then they got to see her at the because they needed something to do. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I decided to blow this off and sleep in on Sunday.
Did you follow along the Loki thing? Because that kind of was a big deal, I felt like, and you're a Loki fan.
I'm just gonna wait for it to come out. I don't need to read what Alex saw.
Thank you, Tony. Asha. So what did they do? They got a sneak preview of the Loki season 2 premiere, which Kyle will just patiently wait for instead of read. But there are people out there who want to read. I've seen the article, so
that's fine.
If you want to
Happy
learn
those
more
people
about
exist.
that, go check that out. It felt so much, being at Walt Disney World. It felt so much like a theme park event that I have to remind myself this isn't just about the theme park. It's just a mini version of the expo, and it covers everything. So Loki being one of those things. Mickey's official 95th birthday portrait made its debut. I'd love to hear what Tony thinks of this as an artist. And
this
done
was
by
done
Brett
by
Ewan.
Yep. So the
Who
voice,
is the voice
of
of
Mickey
Mickey.
Mouse.
You can do it all, like Walt, draw and I know Walt couldn't really draw. The original Mickey, I think. And last thing, no, that's about it I wanted to talk about from the expo. Any other, I know you followed along the whole thing. Any other general stuff you want to make sure to mention?
Soarin' over California, the film is going to be at Epcot later this month, which I'm very curious to see if they put up the sign that says that, because that'd be the first time at Epcot that it's called Soarin' over California. But obviously they need to differentiate from around the world. So yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah. And they closed out with some fun entertainment. Looks like Jodie Benson was there.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Tony, who made a great Instagram reel where we mentioned that the Country Bears are being updated to include Disney songs. So he made a bold prediction, mashing up Teddy Barra and
I should
talk about Bruno.
You guys put that as a post, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
reel. I can't still can't go into Instagram on this stupid browser. Let me calm down. Okay. I would show that except for that fact. But it's really cool. I did see that, and that's really cool. All right. There was also some Disney. So that's all that's covered in Destination D23 from this past weekend. Again, all the theme park stuff we're going to cover yet again at 4 p.m. Pacific in much greater detail with Jeremiah, who was there.
Did you get to see any of the panel?
I saw nothing.
Okay, there's one other thing I want to mention real quick, and you didn't get a chance to see it, but they used the Muppets a lot because Muppets are part of Imagineering, so it makes sense. It was pretty cool. On the live stream, they did try to frame it up, but if you were in the thing, they just had them like roll out, so you see the person in a chair and then a Muppet sticking up. So little weird there. It's like you couldn't have put like a table or something with this some curtain and then had them just come from the backstage and stand there. Like it just seemed like a weird decision to for all they do to preserve the magic to then just have a fully exposed Muppet. It's kind of
I wonder about the Muppet. There's something more magical about being able to see how some magic is made. That makes no sense. But I do wonder about that sometimes. All right. I figured out how to show this Instagram. I think it's worth showing. So it is here. Share. Audio here.
Audio is not playing, but that's okay because it would get us to take our money. So, but yes, you could just imagine she's saying, "She told me that."
Yes. Very irritated didn't play the audio there, but Tony, Kyle gave it to you, so you got it. You felt like you were there.
Yeah, you got the full effect.
All right. Moving on from Destination D23, a lot of Disney 100 news came out. We are just 1 month and 5 days from the actual 100th anniversary of this company. Am I correct, Kyle?
Yeah, whatever October 16th is. I didn't check your math on that.
1 month and 5 days. I think you know what today is.
Okay.
So we've got some new announcements for some events related to 100. This one actually is only 5 days away. Surely this had been previously announced, right, Kyle?
It is. It has. And don't call me Shirley. No, what is it?
The 2023 Dreaming Tree Gala auction.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, they are doing an event at. I'm sorry. I read about it, so I learned what it was, but then I'm confused. This is only 5 days away, so I guess we're just talking about the fact that it's 5 days away. There's no way it just now got announced that it's 5 days away. It is the 2023 Dreaming Tree Gala auction. This is going to be at Walt Disney's hometown, and they're going to be doing lots of activities. Some of it sounds similar to what you did for your Marceline event there. Eat Like Walt, Kiss Goodnight fireworks. So access to the Disney Family Farm, all that kind of stuff. So check that out if you're interested. And the auction is now live. There is an auction and more items will be added.
As I mentioned when I went there, the Dreaming Tree no longer exists. It was hit by lightning. And that was also, and now there's a son of Dreaming Tree. So,
son of Dreaming Tree.
Pretty, a little silly to me, but.
Okay, and then this next thing, Disney has done a brilliant thing. First, they started removing stuff from Disney Plus. Sorry about that. And now they're saying, don't worry, you can get it on physical media and have it forever. So they are releasing this it's a 100 Blu-ray collection, 100 Disney and Pixar films at Walmart.com. Pre-order starts on September 18th. And you get a digital code as well as the Blu-ray for each of these, as well as the original theatrical poster art and a lithograph. And yeah, pretty amazing. The price for this, $1,500, which is only $15 a title. So, not that bad. What do you think of this, Kyle?
I mean, it's kind of cool, but I also don't understand the packaging. I'd have to see how they're actually like in there.
Well, there's a video you can watch that kind of takes you through it. Have you seen the video? That should help you out.
Okay.
The full list, starting with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, One Would Hope, and ending with Elemental. 100 titles. Pretty cool. And then, you can say you got them all, and then you just make sure you buy all the ones from here on out, and you have every Disney and Pixar movie made. Tony, I'm sure you've looked at this. Is there anything they overlooked? Anything you're upset about? Did it just perfectly work out to 100, or did they have to make some changes to get it to 100 that you're not happy about? I'd love to know. You are drooling. I would not mind having this set. I'm not paying $1,500 for it, but I would not mind having this set. On October 15th, which is the ultimate day before the actual anniversary, there is going to be a D23 Royal Anniversary Ball on the Walt Disney Studios lot. Do you plan to attend this, Kyle?
No, but this is another thing that they announced during D23, and I think tickets go on sale today, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Gold member tickets go on sale tomorrow, September 12th at 10 a.m. It's nice. It doesn't say no earlier than 10 a.m., so presumably they're actually going to be on sale at 10 a.m. Price is $199. They're going to have Once Upon a Studio playing throughout. You have enjoyable activities like music, dancing, meeting characters. There's going to be food, costumes, all kinds of cool displays. $199 price actually kind of surprised me. I would have thought it would have been a lot more than that. So.
Yeah. Once Upon a Studio did get a standing ovation at Destination D23, according to reports.
That's how many minutes, so I mean, that's what matters.
Yeah. Did anybody time it?
Narnia does not think $15 is a fantastic deal. I mean, that's true. If you have the movie, then that's sad. But if you don't, $15 movie is a good deal. I think it's a good deal. And then you can go sell the older ones that you have. Okay. Kyle, the disc are in the sleeves of the book like a CD wallet with the corresponding poster page in those books. Does that help?
Is it just paper, or is there like a...
It doesn't help. Keep trying, Tony.
Well, no, I'm just wondering, like, it just looks very paper. Like, I'm used to seeing things like in nice, like, jewel cases or like some sort of fabric. So I'm just wondering if there's like something like that, or if it's going to be like, yeah, sometimes if you're putting a CD-ROM game in a box of cereal, then you just put it in a paper sleeve. But I'm just wondering what these are like. That's all.
Working. And finally, I assume this was also announced during the Destination D23, but the Walt Disney Archive and Seminole exhibitions have announced that the Disney 100, the exhibition, will be opening in Chicago at the Exhibition Hub Art Center on November 18th, 2023. That date, so familiar.
A little bit. Yeah, so we knew it was going to be coming to Chicago. We just didn't know when. Now we know exactly when. And then it'll be going to Kansas City after that.
Happy birthday, Mickey, when that day comes. You can see tons of video on that exhibit on our YouTube channel from its previous stops. Moving on to some Disneyland stuff. This actually happened last week, but we haven't done a show since Wednesday. So Tiana's Bayou Adventure officially opened. Mike Celestino was there, so we will be also covering. Mike Celestino was not there?
I don't think he was there.
He wasn't at the event was he there the day before?
He was there the day before.
Okay, so he was at the media event the day before, but not for the opening. Sorry. He was there.
He did not get to see this new Tiana outfit that we compared to some of her other 10 outfits to make sure that it was new. And as far as we can tell, it is.
So Mike was not at the grand opening day, but he was there for the media day the day before to get tons of pictures of Tiana's palace and experience it himself. So we will have Mike on the show at 4 p.m. Pacific today to talk about Tiana's palace firsthand. along with all the Destination D23 stuff. So tune in.
And I
today
believe
for
he'll be at the
video.
park today because of something we'll talk about soon.
So also brand new at Disneyland is a new character. Is this it, Kyle?
That's the one. Yeah. Hera Syndulla, is that her name? And Chopper, apparently. They didn't make it clear whether or not Chopper was going to be part of it. They just kind of included him in the video. And so we weren't sure when we wrote it up. But it sounds like Chopper's there too. So you can meet both of these for a limited time in Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, not at Walt Disney World. Be fair to Florida. Sorry.
Tony has chimed in again on the Blu-ray. That's his issue. There is more filler, but odd theatrically released choices to make up the gaps. So Tony, I'm sure, will be doing an article on what should have been included instead of to make the Disney 100. And in a little bit, interesting news. The settlement. Are you up on the settlement, Kyle?
A little bit. I know that they've set a payout, and I think the payout for every class member, it was like $70-ish, 67. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, 67.41 for 103,400.
That's just rough math, by the way. That's not official.
For a $9.5 million settlement fund, Disney. It said the article said Disney will be contacting everyone. You don't have to do anything to make your claim.
Yeah, and this was for the people with the Dream Key. So their issue was that the Dream Key was billed as having no blockout dates, except that you need to make a reservation. So they argue that that was a blockout date. So now you can't buy a no blockout date Magic Key. In fact, actually, another piece of news I don't think we actually covered is the last of the Magic Keys that was available is now just back to renewals only. So you can't actually buy a Magic Key right now.
It actually got back to not being able to buy a Magic Key. I'm surprised.
It was the top tier one that was the last to go this time. Usually it's the first. Now it's the last.
Surprised me. I thought those days were behind us. 103,000 Dream Key pass holders. That is, and that's just that top tier. That is a lot of pass holders. All right, so that's it for Disneyland. We've covered Disney 100, Destination D23. Did get some Haunted Mansion news. Haunted Mansion is coming to Disney Plus and digital on October 4th, which means Kyle will finally get to see it. You have not seen this, right, Kyle?
No, have not seen it.
We should be hosting a Patreon watch along with Mike and Jeremiah. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Our Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah, they had differing opinions on Haunted Mansion, and a couple of strong personalities. That would be fun. And we've got one more thing. We have a review.
Ooh.
A review of A Haunting in Venice, which I've really enjoyed. That series of what's his name? I can't say his word. Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, that series of films. Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile. I enjoyed Murder on the Express. I enjoyed Death on the Nile. I expect to enjoy Haunting in Venice based on the trailers I've seen, but it's still enjoyable.
Diminishing returns, Doobie? Diminishing
returns is what I'm saying. I love Kenneth Branagh. I can't say his name either. Branagh? I'm so bad at pronunciation. So anyway, movie review. You know what we do when we have reviews. We read the headline. We read the final paragraph. That's all you really need to know. We invite you to read the whole article, though, on Watching. So, movie review. Kenneth Branagh's A Haunting in Venice is an eerily effective murder mystery thriller. This review is by the discriminating Mike Celestino. He's the one who did not like Haunted Mansion. He likes long paragraphs, so I'm going to pick this up about halfway through. It all works well enough to see the deal and chalk this effort up as a triumph, though I was personally disappointed with one aspect of the outcome that could truly have set A Haunting in Venice apart from others of its ilk. To say what that aspect was would be a spoiler in and of itself, and your mileage may naturally vary, but that's just a small nitpick regardless. This is a movie that absolutely does what it set out to do, and I can't imagine anyone leaving the theater feeling otherwise, Jeremiah. It also happens to be coming out around the perfect time of year, just as Halloween season is picking up, and folks are hopefully looking for entertainment that's both smart and spooky. A Haunting in Venice. Venice opens nationwide on Friday. My grade, 4 out of 5 upward curled mustache.
Nothing spookier than Agatha Christie. Ooh.
The trailers for this are creepy. They give me like a poltergeist vibe, man. Like, this isn't supernatural stuff, but I don't know. Whew. That's about it. Let's check the Twitter, see if anything popped while we were doing this. Anything posted. I'm still so disappointed in the cake shop closing. There's the charter agreement.
Not opening, you mean?
Or yes, being delayed, I should say.
There you go. I'm disappointed by the thing that wasn't open closing.
Once again, I invite you to join us at 4 p.m. today. We're going to learn a lot more about everything that was talked about this past weekend and go a little bit more into Tiana's Palace over at Disneyland. And believe it or not, Kyle, for the first time ever,
Wow.
nothing on this day in history.
You know what? I'm going to challenge that. On this day in Disney history in 2015, Doobie, something was announced to not be returning. What?
Give me a little more park
Something.
or something.
Okay, well, fans were very disappointed because this was a beloved attraction, not a ride. It was an attraction, a seasonal attraction.
Christmas hoedown thingy. Country Bear Christmas.
Nope.
A seasonal attraction not going to be returning.
It had to make room for some sort of expansion at a certain theme park. Actually, not developed by Disney.
Oh, I do know because it did not make my list, even though I did see it, and that would be the Osborne family spectacle of dancing and prancing lights.
Yes, on this day in
Yes.
2015, they announced that it would be probably the final season in 2015, and then they did not come back because they made way for Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, right choice. Love the Osborne lights. Absolutely spectacular.
You can go to $7 City. They don't dance, but they look a lot like them otherwise.
It's a lot harder on this side of the this day in Disney history. Since I read that just last night and didn't include it, I really should have got it. Okay, I think that's it. Once again, Spectrum viewers out there, you can now turn us off. Go watch ESPN. It's back. Get ready for Monday Night Football. So since we don't have this day in Disney history, not too long a show today, might I say, 40-0. 40-0. There was one football team that looked better than every single other one this past weekend.
Kind of like Tyreek Hill versus the rest of my fantasy team. Mac beat me 110-45.
Tyreek Hill put on a show. Absolutely put on a show. But yeah, I'm a big Dallas Cowboy fan. I loved so many people picking the Giants yesterday. All this talk. Would you rather have Dak Prescott or Daniel Jones? Come on. Dak Prescott's not the best quarterback in the world, but he's no Daniel Jones.
He's the only football player named after a Disney park.
Not true.
Yeah, Epcot Jones. I forgot about him.
Forgot Epcot Jones. 40-0, the combined score of my Chiefs and Bears. Yeah, Gio, your Chiefs lost, and so did your Bears. But my Cowboys won 40-0. We have the best defense in the league. We have offense that's more than good enough. I am so happy. Yay me. How about them Cowboys? Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific. Check us out. Can't wait to get deep into everything announced. Talk about Destination D23, all the cool stuff coming to the parks. Finally, we got some concrete details. I'm very excited to talk about it. See you then. I feel like that's not the one I wanted to play. So hold on, Kyle.